Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you so very much for watching this video. If you're watching this video after the live stream, I really appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time out to have a look at the charts. We're going to be looking at Bitcoin, Palladium, platinum, gold and silver, and we're going to be looking at the reason for the recent dump. I've got an article that we're going to be taking a look at. It's basically trade optimism in relation to a deal with China and the US that is hampering the price for silver. We're going to be looking at the silver chart first. Just please note, we're going to be streaming for a shorter period this time, so just take note of that. But we'll probably be doing a 30 minutes. We'll be doing a half time in relation to the live stream, so just take notes. Silver Junkie, how you doing? You're first in, man. Congratulations. Thanks so very much for joining me. We're going to be looking at the silver charts. We're going to get stuck straight in. I posted an update yesterday in regards to the movement for silver. Currently it's broken down even further, which is really interesting right now. So my emphasis on silver is going to be moving into a bearish cycle. When I mean bearish, I'm talking further downward momentum just based on the way this chart's performed. We've had our blow off top back here in September, where we had $19.73 increase. Since then, well, we've had a decline, and then we've had a second attempt at making a higher high, of which we declined and immediately dumped after the fact. Again, we tried to build up momentum to have another go at it. Unfortunately, again, rejection came in and we're pretty much heading down, considering we're down almost 25 cents today, down to $16.85. What's the most interesting thing to take away from this, everyone, is this support line here. Initially, I would have thought that the orange line here would have held in place, but it hasn't, and it's pretty much collapsed, actually, even below the 100 close. And what's interesting about the 100 is the last time we had touched it was back in July, when we started pretty much this whole cycle. So it's interesting where we are currently sitting at the moment is that's the last time we were on the 100 EMA, and we've actually unfortunately broken underneath that, which now makes this support zone here fall away, and it's now going to become resistance. Basically means that we're probably going to be trading between these two lines here. So please take note that we could see a further drop in the silver price at 60 to possibly down to 16.50. So just be prepared for that, because currently it went as low as 16.69 was the low. And you can see that little wick on that on the candle there. So take note that there could well be pressure to push this price down even further. But as far as a bullish cycle, well, I think we've seen the end of it, which is really unfortunate, because it would have been great to have seen silver push up higher, particularly from this perspective here, but unfortunately it's failed to do so. It's failed to sort of capitalize on the market situation currently with the interest rates being slashed. We should have seen precious metals go up, and we've seen the opposite happen. So unfortunately for everybody, silver is more than likely going to be heading down than heading up. And that's mainly based on where we're trading here. So $16.85 is the current price for silver. That's on the daily chart. If you look at the 4-hour chart, we're way oversold. You can clearly see it there. That was our first attempt down. We were under, and there was our second push down, and then there's our third push down here. So it was only about 12 hours ago, so not that long ago, really. We're currently at 16.86. So currently, things ain't looking that great there for silver, everyone. We're up to 13. Well, we've got 13 people in the live stream. That's fantastic. Guys, thanks so very much. Silver Junkie says, there's just flooding the silver market with contracts, IMOs. Yeah, there's something else going on, man, to be honest. And that's going to be pushing this down. RPM Limited says, hello, Silver Limey. Hope you feel better than the markets. I know that it's dreadful actually out there, because even Bitcoin's taking a bit of a hammering today. Ozzy's here as well. Hey, Ozzy, how you doing? We got Mark B, and we have Coin Sense and Nonsense as well. Over for silver, bite your tongue, my friend. It'll be back. Yeah, when? Next year. Look at the way that chart's performed, man. It's been absolutely disappointing that we haven't been able to break 20. Mudswat, hey all. Wow, bye-bye silver. That's Arnie C. sorry, the chat keeps jumping here, so every time I scroll down, then other chats come in. We've got Aussie saying still dropping, sold 5 ounces, $25 today. Wow. Oh yeah, Australian dollars. Silver down today, so is Bitcoin. Coincidence? Yep, I hear you there, coin collector. Mudswat, he says, I'm not a mod. I know, trust me, I'm working on it. I did put your name in the description, to be fair. Mudswat, you're welcome to check that out. Just bear with me. I know the system here, unfortunately, doesn't allow me to do it directly from was it StreamYard. So you should be sorted now, ready to go. Right, Canadian Ryan, man, how you doing? It's good to see you. How you doing there, Canadian Ryan? Good to see you. Let's go. Arnie C says hello, Aussie. Right, perfect. So let's get cracking. Unfortunately, guys, I'm not going to be on for much longer. Just prepare yourself. We're going to be looking at about 30 minutes, probably at the most. My wife's got some studying to do, so just she needs the internet as well, which is only fair. So just let you guys know, prepare yourself. For those that aren't listening. Right. Okay, so silver on the 4 hour, way oversold, guys, currently at the moment. So more than likely, you can see resistance consistently there with these wicks. So silver not able to get higher currently at the moment. So the weekly candle on this is probably going to be looking dreadful. So we're at the end of the week now. Let's see how the weekly candle looks. Yep, there it is, everybody. And look at that. What do you know? That's the 200 moving average, and it's exactly touched that and bounced off slightly. However, it's not looking healthy because we broke down on the 20. Now on the weekly, it's quite a massive move down to the. I mean, look at that. We had a small little wick at the top there, and that was our resistance line, straight down. 1687 currently at the moment, everybody. The last time we were in this position was the 5th of August. That was the last time we touched this area. Was the 5th of August. That was a very long time ago. So, you know, for me, this just points downwards. Sorry, guys. That's me being realistic here, because we've tried to push up high. We've tried to make these higher highs, and we're not able to do it, which is really frustrating, because the capability of silver at the moment is good, considering the fundamentals are there. But I mean, I don't know what this market wants. You know, they're cutting interest rates, which should mean that we should start seeing upward movement for precious metals. But it just seems to be whenever there is anything news-wise out there, whether it's trade deals, it seems to affect the silver price. Yet, whenever we see silver or precious metals move up, it's not based on the trade deal tensions to a degree. I'd say more so on market dealings. And you know, whenever we've seen market rate cuts, we've seen movements in precious metals move up. So for me, this is just unbelievable. But anyway, so we're going to be trading within this tight range here now, because that 20 moving average is now going to be resistance, and we're currently in the middle of it. So it'll be interesting to see if we're able to claw back, but I doubt it. Look at that, guys. I mean, to get above that 20 EMA, we've got to basically get back up to 17. We're at 1686. There's very little movement there, personally. There we go. Mudswat, how you doing? This is cool. Number 7. I like that number. Yeah, it's a cool number, man. You should be a mod now. So here we go. We should be done and dusted. Is the internet a ration commodity in Ireland? We live in the countryside here, coin collector. So the we have to use wireless internet here where we are, because there's no wired fiber where we are. So that's the reason why. The cold weather is slowing down the silver prices. Look at that cool Spock pumpkin carving. That looks pretty good, honestly. How you doing, man? Right, guys, we're going to have to move on to gold, and gold looking no better, to be honest. So let's take a look at the gold chart. There it is. Gold is interesting, though, guys. In comparison to silver, it's actually still holding its 100 moving average line. You can see it's trying to break down from it, but it's actually holding that line, which is good. That's what we want to see. We want to see gold hold that line. The moment it breaks down and ends up below this line, that's when there's going to be issues, because then the supporting line here is going to become resistance on the way up. And what happens with most cases with resistance, we get rejection and we go back down. So if we've got to really, this candle has to finish above that line. We're currently at 1462. You know, there's room there that for us to finish just above that average in order to actually keep things fairly okay. But considering we've had quite a big drop here, there's some good profit taking from someone that would have sold gold there. There's at least $50-60 profit. I'd say maybe probably closer to 50 if anyone sold at the top here. Two support lines are broken, and we're currently touching that line there. So gold, $1,462. Let's look at the 4-hour chart and see where we are trading there. We're a bit oversold, nothing too drastic in comparison to silver, everyone. So still, I mean, we're still down, but we're not majorly down as in silver. However, you can see it there. We're just not even getting close to that 20 moving average line. So that could be a problem. We'll have to see what happens next week, but we pretty much need to stay above, pretty much get closer to 1465 and stay in that area there so that we can resume some form of buying potential for gold. Looking at our weekly. Well, there's our weekly. Not good at all, really. Small little wick, which basically means that pretty much from Monday, we've just been selling, and that's exactly what's happened here. We're just below that 20, and that's what I was saying again. We really got to push ourselves to get above and just remain above that 20. Otherwise, there's just going to be more room for this sort of move here, which could push us down to 1400. So just be aware of that. That's what we need to do. We need to try and get above that 1465 mark. Hey, you current man, how you doing? That's good to see you. Hey, your current says gold and silver are still higher than this time last year for the moment. I'm only going to buy gold, only in small amounts. There you go. I like it. Hey, you current. I put a poll there, guys, in case you guys missed it. So check my community posts. Please do check that out. All that is noise, Limey. We really never on the in to the market movements. No, you're absolutely right. But the best we can do is try and interpret and sort of understand the fundamentals that push prices up high, and generally is interest rates in majority of the circumstances, and of course what's happening global political situations. And the fundamentals have been very, very strong. We just haven't seen the kind of pricing that we've seen. You know, and I've said this before, there's a lot of buying by countries like China and Russia and India when it comes to precious metals, and it's, for me, it just reinforces that they just don't want the prices they don't want China to get rich in regards to the bullion that they're doing, that they're buying. DB Stupid says buy, sell. Right, let's look at, okay, so gold on the weekly, not looking great. We're going to move on to platinum. Okay, so likewise there, we've just had quite a substantial breakdown there. We're actually under $900 an ounce currently, down $18 on the day, down almost 2%. $891 for platinum. However, we are hitting support here on this line. The last time that was hit was back in October, the 8th of October, which is about a month ago, which is interesting enough. Actually, I lied. There was a couple of wicks here. So we're holding that position. However, with this ascending support line's been broken, which means that we're going to be trading between these two little lines. So anything between 890 and 894, 895 for Monday would have to see some good movement up in order to break through that level there and start to tackle these higher moving average resistance markers. As you can see, there was our previous high there at 956, and we've dropped all the way down. 956, that's about $65 an ounce if anyone was selling platinum. So we got to really stay above that. If we break down below, then that just means that there could be further movement to the downside at 872. So we need to keep an eye on that one. Let's have a look at platinum on the 4-hour. Wow, drastically oversold. Look at that. I mean, we're way under our moving averages there. Straight down, across, and then further down to the downside. And what was that? $885. There's a bit of a nice candle forming there on the return. However, we're going to be hitting this resistance marker right here. So we could get rejection, which means the price will have to push down in order to move back up again. So platinum not in a good position currently at the moment. Let's look at the weekly. Oof, that is one heavy red candle. However, look at that, guys. We've got our ascending support line. On the weekly, we're just under it there. Our 20 EMA were just below it. So again, there's a lot of hard work here. Try and keep ourselves above that level. We've pretty much got to be about 891 in order to sort of remain in a decent position at least. It certainly would be good to see about 895 before the close of the day. So it'd be interesting to see how that turns out. Otherwise, 879 on the weekly is pretty much our next marker down if we aren't able to push up. So we'll have to keep an eye on that one. Is anyone buying anything at the moment? But yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. David Carlisle, man, how you doing? David Carlisle's here, and we've got hey Limey and everyone. I finally made it. Awesome, good to see you, Graham. I'm only going to be live streaming probably for about another 15 minutes, so just take notes, everybody. Mudswat says gold and silver looking great for buyers. You're absolutely right. Yeah, if anyone's looking at buying the dip, you've pretty much made it an awesome time to want to buy in. I think after yesterday's loss, that's almost about a 70-cent gain, which isn't bad at all for that sort of movement. Not so good for prospectors, says Mud. Oh, says Graham. DB Stupid says on Friday, after the worst week in 3 years for gold, JP Morgan downgrades gold. Little late there, JP. Wow. My honey, my baby, don't put my love upon no shelf. She said, don't hand me no lines. Epstein don't kill himself. Not really sure what all that it's about, DB Stupid. Gramstacker says, Soccer Silver, Mark, hey, all glad that I could make this one. That's the one. I'm glad you did, my friend. Aussie buying. Nights on gold mine lease next year. Wow, okay. RPM Limited has put a comment. It says getting 2 times 10K Britannia bars, £163 each plus postage. Nice one, RPM. Now, if anyone's interested in becoming a donator, we got 3 more spaces before the next giveaway. So be sure to check out the description for any details in case anyone is interested. Mudswat's become the latest donator in the last live stream. So again, special thank you to him. And of course, and again, a special thank you to my current donators for assisting the channel. Check out the description for further details. Meme warfare. Ah, right. TP, now that's a good one. Right, let's move on. We've got to move on. So we're going to be looking at Palladium. So we've got to watch platinum, people, very closely. Palladium's taken a bit of a heavy drop today as well. It's broken the 20, and look at that, guys. The last time it pretty much broke the 20 was back in August, the 23rd. So September, October, November. That was almost about 2.5 months ago. That it's taken. So it's been on a rip all the way up, with the exception of today. Breakdown. Now we've got resistance here to play with, and there's our resistance levels here too. So there's a very large amount of resistance looming ahead for Palladium now that it's actually broken down. I don't know if this is going to be the start of things to come for Palladium. Is the ride over? Are we going to be headed down to sub 17 levels? We'll have to wait and see what happens on Monday. But there's our resistance level there, $1,800. It's now $1,747 an ounce, down 52. That's about just under 3%. Let's look at Palladium on the 4-hour, see what sort of massive dump that we saw here. So again, we've broken through multiple resistance levels, and we're just holding above the 200 currently at the moment. There might be some support in that area there. Just looking there, yeah, there's our support here, and a little bit there too. And there, that's old resistance then becomes new support. So we do have a bit of support in that area. Let's look at Palladium on the weekly. There it is. It's a heavy candle down. The last time we had anything like that was the 29th of July. It's the last time we had a heavy red candle there. So there's our resistance there. Anyone thinking of getting into Palladium, especially at these prices, I'd say I'd rather wait till I see lower lows, I think, for Palladium. I'd like to have bought when it was about 400 and then cashed in at the top here. I think would have been a wise decision. Let's have a look. Sucker for silver. It says, hey, Graham, hey, all, happy weekend. It certainly is. Buying pause and art bar still. That's Graham. Gold Digger Dave, just keep on buying gold. Well, especially at these prices. I've got to readjust all my stuff I'm selling on eBay. Currently based on, the last dive that we've had. Silver Limey, how's about a spot of tea? I know I'm going to be having a cup of tea once I'm done here. Spot of tea. I say a spot of tea, old chap. Christian, how you doing? He says, hi, Limey. No, I'm good. Good, thanks, and yourself. Mark says, bless you. I think you probably heard my wife sneezing in the background.
Thank you.
My wife said thanks. There's another one. Alistair Black. Let's have a look. Silver was $16.92 an hour ago at my shop. Oh, that's awesome, Silver Streak. You said at your shop. Do you sell coins where you are? Hey, Graham, that's Mark B. Right, we're going to move on to, it's time to, actually, there's a bit of news here I just want to show you guys. So let's get into that article there. All right, let's bring it up. So here we go. Silver prices slipped to 5-week low as risk appetite improves. This was published today. Silver continues to lose ground on Friday's trade after sustained sharp losses on Thursday in the European session. The metal is trading at $16.97, down 13 cents or 0.81% on there. It's much lower than that. Silver breaks below $17. Silver fell almost 3% on Thursday, making the sharpest one-day decline since September 30th. Paired below the 17 for the first time since October 1st, and the metal is currently trading at $16.98. Trade talks optimism sends silver reeling. Silver has plunged 6.2% this week as the metal is headed towards its worst week since October 2016. Precious metals are sharply lower as investors' risk appetite has climbed, sending equity markets higher. So everyone's pumping money into equity markets. I mean, unbelievable. The support for fiat-based systems is still as high as ever, everyone. The catalyst for the optimism is renewed expectations that the US and China are closing to reaching an interim trade deal known as Phase 1. This would allow the two countries to reach a limited trade agreement while leaving the most tractable issues to another round of negotiations. On Wednesday, the Chinese Commerce Ministry announced that the two countries would phase out the trade war tariffs, but would not provide a timetable for such a move. It's interesting where it says that they plan to phase out the trade war tariffs, but as opposed to tariffs. So I wonder if there's still going to be tariffs as opposed to the tariffs that have been put in place. So that there could be smaller tariffs, who knows. A new trade deal could significantly boost global trade, which has been damaged by the bitter trade war. If there are further signs that a deal is near, traders can expect silver prices to continue to head lower. Ding dong, that's exactly what I've just been saying. Silver technical analysis. Let's have a look. Silver sharp slide could be key support line at $17. This is a significant development as the line is held since October 1st. On the downside, we find support at $16.50, which last saw action in early August. On the upside, the 50 EMA, which is $17.56, could act as a short-term resistance line, which is what I spoke about. Higher up, there is resistance at 1830. That's where we're leaving that one. Right, hope no one lost too much today. I know when I saw my portfolio there, it was pretty steep. You're welcome. Blended Whiskey. Hey, man, how you doing, Blended? It's good to see you. We got Silver Streak says, nowhere I go by silver. Oh, okay. Christian says, just got home with 2 tubes of Silver Eagles. Wow, okay. Hopefully you bought them at the lower price. I'm sure you did. I mean, what is your PayPal? Trying to send a donation. Well, thanks, Graham. PayPal details are in the description, my friend. Again, thanks very much. I'll be adding your name again, so you'll have a double chance to win something on the next round. You're a legend, man. Thank you very much. I'm about to buy my second ASE. That's awesome. Blended Whiskey. Hello, Silver Streak and everyone. How you doing, Blended? Good to see you. All right, we're going to be looking at Bitcoin. Still okay here, time-wise. Am I looking time-wise? That's right. We still got a few more minutes left there. Right, Bitcoin. This is an interesting one. I was watching. I was gonna post a community post during the course of the day after I saw this second candle up here forming, and I was like, this looks like a move to the downside to me. And when I said that, it wasn't long after that we saw this move down, and I'd missed the opportunity to post, and I was like, damn, I should have, because it's always nice to try and catch them early. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, it's going to be heading down, and it just happened to do that, which is interesting. We've been having an interesting situation here for Bitcoin. We've had an initial return up or another retest, and it's failed. It's gone back down again, unable to get to that higher high, and so naturally the movement is to the downside. We've broken through resistance here, 1, 2, 3, and we almost broke through resistance 4 line, or support lines. Sorry, not resistance. We broke through almost 4 support lines. If you look at the first one here, this is held for quite some time. So heavy selling pretty much broke us through that. And these other 2 lines here didn't stand a chance. Straight down, and we're now sitting at this level here. So the last time we touched that one, that was on the 25th of October. And that is pretty much where we are. We're a little bit higher up at $8,820 per token. We've got an ascending support line still in place here. So if needs be, if it breaks down further, it could touch this line first before breaking down further to this descending support line at 7.8. So watch Bitcoin very carefully here in relation to where it's moving. It certainly is looking like we've been moving to the downside for some time. Let's have a look at Bitcoin on the 4-hour. Ouch. That is Bitcoin on the 4-hour, and man, does that not. The last time we saw that sort of action was back here. It's the 22nd of October. That was I mean, if you have a look, even if you have a look at the 22nd of October, we were pretty much using that down. That's the last time we broke down, was pretty much that 23rd, 22nd of October. And that's exactly what's happened here. We're broken down. What this means, this means major resistance ahead here, because we've got resistance at this level here, which is this zone here. It's about 9,000. Then we've got resistance here at 8.9 on the move up. And our support here seems to be in place currently. But is it a good spot? There you go. Well, the old resistance now becomes new support, which is exactly what's happened there. We've got a couple of lines, but it doesn't look that strong. So it'd be interesting to see what moves are going to be expected this weekend for Bitcoin. Let's have a look and see how it's reacted on the weekly. There it is on the weekly. So 2 consistent weeks of decline, to put it in simple terms. We've got our 20 moving average, which is now broken. We're now under that, which means we're going to be trading between these two lines here. There's our support line at 8.5 and 9,000. So that's where we're going to be for the medium term, for the short term. If there's a further decline, then we pretty much going to be expected to hit that 8,000. Whether it be this weekend, I don't know. It depends on if these support lines are going to hold. Currently, there is support in this area. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Let me have a look here. Coin sense and nonsense. He says, sorry, been in and out SL79 at work, so got to concentrate on that. No problem. I fully understand you there. I did get my Coins Beast proof coin arrived today, which is great. So I'm going to be doing a video over the weekend. I've also got a few more videos. I was supposed to post that £5 gold sovereign. That is coming next, though. So I will be posting that video tomorrow. So just be aware. If your notifications aren't on, make sure your notification bell is hit and watch out for that video. 39.9 grams of gold. It's a big one. Just sent a buddy. Graham, you're a legend, my friend. I'll be adding you to the next list. So you'll have 2 spots in for the next draw, man. Congratulations. Thank you again. Gramstacker, thank you. I won a donation to yours from Stacker, 1 gram JFK round. I'm assuming it was from you as it came with a sticker. Wow, that's very cool, man. Congratulations on that win. Awesome. Congrats, buddy. Yeah, it was a donation. Cool. Cold rain today. Tea and shortbread cookies. Does sound good. It's the same here, man. The weather was freezing today. I think the high was about 6, something like that. Wasn't great. Nothing like a cup of a hot cup of Job. Or was it something like that? I think it is anyway. Well, we're up to 14 here, guys. Blended says, I got out of cryptos last week. Worked too hard for profit. I got out of crypto. The only crypto I have currently is XRP, mainly because it's not worth selling at at these current prices. I did want to get back into Bitcoin, but it's just the likelihood of making money at the moment is very slim. So I've got that money on the side. So I'm not in Bitcoin currently. I missed on that. I should have bought in at 7.5 and sold at 10.5. That would have been an awesome move. I didn't. I missed that. I missed that trade, which is unfortunate. But if you're getting into cryptos, the best thing to do is trade. That's when you're going to maximize your money potential, everyone. That's pretty much all I have for you this week, guys. I really appreciate it as usual. Mr. Dave, you skipped me. Mr. Dave, I was just about to say, I saw you there. Nothing. Actually, sorry, no, you already said that. Here, leave it out. I wish you all to have a great weekend. Mudswat there, he says 4K Bitcoin, or 6.5. Man, I tell you what, 7.5, I might be tempted again and again. It depends if we have the same movements. However, we've had that move already, which is interesting, and it failed. So if we get down to 7.5 again, the likelihood of that same move happening again, I think, is pretty limited. So I will be keeping an eye on it. I think 6.5 is a good shout if anyone's thinking of getting into Bitcoin. But again, only invest money you're prepared to lose. And know the market and do your own research. Very important factors getting into any investment or potential investment. I knew you'd get it. I'm not going back to Bitcoin. I'll exchange crypto when I need it. There you go. Up the dubs. Yeah, up the dubs. Guys, thanks for watching. That's all the time I have for you. We'll be back next week. I'm going to be, in the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be adjusting the times again. So just make sure you're aware for that. I will post in the community post for everybody. Special thanks to Graham, new donator, Mudswat. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Gramstacker, thank you very much, man. I'll add you to the list. So we'll have 2 more places left before the next giveaway. We're nearly there. Bitcoin down $400 today. Could you imagine that? Seeing $400 down on gold? Man, I tell you what, that would be the ultimate buying opportunity if someone was waiting for gold to move like that. But thanks very much again. Christian, always good to see you. We got Aussie Alchemist, Mudswat, Mr. Dave, RPM Limited, Gramstacker, Blended whiskey. Alistair Black. Coin Sense and Nonsense. Silver Streak. Mark B. Aussie Alchemist. And one more. Gold Digger. Oh, we've got a few more here. Gold Digger Dave. Sucker for Silver. And DB Stupid. Guys, thanks so very much again. You guys are fantastic. Always an absolute pleasure. And I'll see you on the next one. On the next video. Watch out for that next gold coin that's coming out, guys. You don't want to miss it. Make sure notification bells are hit. Make sure you're subscribed. And please share. And I'll see you guys on the next one.